Welcome to the Kuenzli Talk, wedding planning made simple. With over 10 years of experience as wedding photographers, we sisters share tips, stories, and advice to help you plan your wedding day without stress or regrets. Let's dive in. Welcome back, everyone, to a new episode of the Kuenzli Talk. Today, with you is again, it's me, Mel, and I'm here with my sister, Stephanie.
Hello.
So, yeah, Steph, how are you doing today?
Oh, I feel pretty relaxed.
Let me be honest. How's your neck doing?
No, it's pretty bad actually.
That was so funny because 2 weeks ago I had a really bad neck strain. So I still feel like the tension in my neck. And this morning you told me that you had the
Same.
exactly same thing. So we're getting old.
I think it's a family thing.
I don't know what that
We're
is, but
cripples.
oh my God. I was kind of like, no, I don't want to just feel this old and just having pain everywhere. But I think we're doing good. So far, we're doing better.
Well, I'm still fighting a little bit with my body because I feel it's winter and I want to be in bed. I just want to relax and sleep the whole day. So maybe this is a
Very
response of my
tempting.
body
Yeah.
because it's like saying something like, just stay in bed.
Well, yeah, but today here we are back in our studio and just talking about, I hope, very exciting topics today. And it's A, how to find your perfect wedding photographer, and B, how to plan your wedding accordingly. So I think these two topics is something we really want to talk, like
Mhm.
diving deep into this topic. So because, yeah, there's so much to say about that.
hmm Especially because when we have requests, many couples, I mean, it's the first time, obviously, when you plan a wedding. So they have no idea how to find a perfect wedding photographer
Or even how to reach out
and
to
to reach out
them.
of them. I think this is really interesting. Where should you search first? What kind of style do you need for a wedding photographer?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what we want to talk about it today.
Yeah, I think for all those future brides or grooms out there, what we can advise is really like looking into every kind of style of wedding photography that there is out there, because there are different styles. So there's so many wedding photographers, but everyone has a certain style. And so you first need to know about, what do you want? What is something that you really love? Or what do you want to have for your wedding day itself? What kind of
Mhm.
pictures is something
Yeah.
that's really touching, or what's really like resonates with your personality?
What really helps is maybe a mood board when you're searching from many different ideas in Pinterest.
Yeah. Pinterest helps a lot. I think Pinterest is one of like the key, like,
Elements.
yeah, search machines that there is out there in the wedding business, because even myself, when I do like
Mm.
plan something to do like a great style shoot or whatever, I look for in Pinterest like
hmm
for some inspirational pictures.
Yeah,
So
it's creating a big picture.
yeah, so I think it's key to first figure out, what kind of photography style do I want? And then if you know what's real like the photography style that you want for your wedding pictures, just reach out to the wedding photographer. What we do is we have in our website a contact form,
Mhm.
which is very specific, because this is what we want. Actually, we want to know, who are you as a couple? How is your wedding gonna be like? Who, what
What's
are
your
you?
love
What's your
story?
love story? So, what are your expectations towards
Mm.
us? So, we do have so many questions that we wanna know, all of them.
Yeah, because it's about understanding the vibe, and every couple is different.
Yeah,
So it's really helpful for us when
it
we
is.
need to be performing so well on a wedding.
Yeah,
It's so helpful to know, oh, they're shy, or no, they're really fashionable and they love fashion in general.
yeah.
So there are things
Like,
really
yeah,
helpful
as
for
you
us.
said, there's so many different personalities out there. There are extrovert people, there are introverts, there are fashionistas, as you just
hmm
mentioned. So we really want to get to know you. So this is why we do have a very kind of like long contact form with so many questions we have for you firsthand. But this is also because you don't know that stuff, but because I'm the one answering all those inquiries throughout these years. But I witnessed that sometimes I got some some emails of couples. They don't even they don't even they told nothing about themselves on the inquiry. So I got this email just of a couple, let's say, for example, asking me about the pricing sheet. And so I knew immediately, okay, maybe this is a couple who might not even know about our photography style,
A good point.
who might not even know what's our name, what our names are, you know? So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
because I assume this is something that I assume, of course, but I assume there are couples out there, they just want to compare pricings.
yeah.
And when it comes to that, we know immediately, okay, this is not the client that we want actually, because what we want as our couple is somebody who can really resonate with our work, with our
Mm.
personalities.
It
Of
makes the whole process so much easier when you know they love your work.
course.
And especially when you have to edit all the photos, they know what to expect. You know, they have like an
Yeah.
idea of your work
Yeah.
and everyone feels safe.
Yeah.
But if you don't and you're only interested in pricing, that could be also very dangerous for them because at the end of the day, they will be disappointed when they
Yeah.
get all the photos and the gallery.
That's true. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, what the only thing that you got after wedding are the wedding pictures
Hmm.
or video, but it's really the wedding pictures that that are lasting, that are here, because yeah, that's you really need to be aware about that fact. So be careful in choosing who's going to be your wedding photographer, because you really need to think about, okay, don't save money in this part, in this section, like the wedding photography section, because at the end of the day you want to, this is actually a long time investment.
It is. I mean, we have really good examples. In the last 10 years, we experienced things which I don't know how to explain it well, but for example, there were people, they wanted us, but the pricing, for example, was too high and they searched for another wedding photographer
Mm.
and they were totally disappointed and
Yeah.
reached out to us afterwards
Yeah.
and they were crying. Do you
Yeah,
remember?
I do remember that so clearly. I had a friend of mine, she got married at Lake Como,
Mm-hmm.
and they chose a wedding photographer from there, Italian wedding photographer. I don't know what their budget was, but I think that they had like 1,000 or 2,000 euros for their
Yeah.
wedding photographer. And they got married, and I never saw a single picture of her wedding. And I
Mm.
was wondering, how does it take so long for the wedding photographer to edit those
How long was it?
pictures?
Like 6 months after?
I don't, yeah, it was, yeah. I think it was half
Yeah,
a year after
a
the wedding
year.
day. Even then, or maybe a year, I never saw a picture. And then it happened that I saw her like, I don't know if we met or if I just saw her. I don't know, but she told me, I asked her, okay, how was your wedding? Do you have a wedding picture that you can share with me? And she told me, she confessed that she didn't had any single picture of that she liked of the wedding day, because she wasn't happy with the
Mm-hmm.
result. And
Mm-hmm.
it turns out that even the photographer's portfolio that he showed her wasn't what she got. You know what I mean? So he showed her a different portfolio than what he did at the end of the day. And I was so shocked about hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so devastated because she didn't had like any single picture at the end of the day. And
Mm-hmm.
this is what we want to tell you guys. So please be aware, be very, yeah, really give it a thought about who's going to be your wedding photographer. Do you feel comfortable with them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, also, I mean, if there's one thing, if you like the photographer's work style, but there's a total different thing if you're like in a personal level,
Yeah.
that you get along with them, because in my opinion this is crucial. This is so important.
Yeah, especially because this is our philosophy. We love to experience every couple in their unique way. And we're still very interested in seeing different weddings.
Yeah.
We're not bored because it's still wedding, you know. We know that it's another love story. Let's see how this couple interact with us, and it's always very exceptional, exciting.
Yeah,
And it should be like that. That's the part of the wedding photographer, to
that's
feel
true.
interested and excited about a couple.
To really give it all.
Mm-hmm.
Give it all you have, and as you said, it's just so crucial that people that are couples, they feel in good hands with
Yeah.
us, that they trust us. Again, there's like the word trust.
Trust.
Really trust your
That's the key word
vendor.
today. Trust.
Trust your vendor. And yeah, and I think also it's a two-way road actually, because lots of like couples assume, okay, I'm like I'm the bride,
Mhm.
and if I'm choosing you, then this is because I'm saying that. You know what I mean? But actually, it's a two-way road, because we also need to feel comfortable with our couple.
Yeah.
We need to feel like this connection. Um, and if, for example, it also happened that I got requests of a couple, but they had like total different
Patience.
expectations. They even asked me to change like the editing style. And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
kind of like, and I told them, well, if you don't like our editing, I think you're not in the right place with us.
Hmm. That's the topic style. I mean, for example, if people choose us, we have like this timeless, elegant style. And we want to stay very, very authentic also with the moment. So we're not really using Photoshop.
Yeah.
And this is a style.
Yeah, because our style, of course, it's storytelling.
Yeah.
What we do is storytelling at the end of the day, because this is what we love. We want to capture real moments.
Mm.
We want to capture all these emotions that are coming not just from the couple, but also from family members and all the guests. So we're really, this is something that we still stick to, this kind of photography style. We want to really touch like every couple with their work.
Mhm.
And yeah, there is kind of a little bit of mix that we do, because there's like, I just spoke about photography styles. There are different styles. As I mentioned, there is the storytelling photography, what we do. But there's also kind of like, I don't know what's if that's the right word to say, but it's like a styled photography,
Mhm.
meaning that there might be photographers out there that they know exactly what they want to capture, how they want to capture the couples. So they're, let's say, have a certain vision, and they're telling the couple exactly how to pose, how to be, where to be at. And we do actually a mix of both, because we do like to do some mood boards before the wedding starts, and just to envision what we want to do, what we want to create for every wedding. But we still want to keep those real emotions
Mhm.
during our coverage that we're doing. So this is kind of like a mix that we're doing.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, this is a style that we're going for. And if a future couple likes what we do, of course, they can reach out to us. But it's crucial. It's really a must do to just get to know your wedding photographer, get to know their style.
And take your time.
Take
If
your
you
time
do
for that.
research,
Yeah.
take your time.
Look through their portfolio. For example, we do have on our website, we do have galleries that we
Mm.
show, and there's different galleries. We show gallery from Swiss weddings to Ibiza weddings, and we have galleries for, I don't know, Tuscany weddings. So we show like a wide range of photo coverage that we did throughout this years, all these years. So yeah, take your time, have a look at them, and if you like that, reach out to us, fill out our contact form, and we're so happy to get back to you.
Mm.
So this is like, I
The
would
first
say,
step.
the first step
That's the first step.
that future couples should do. Um, and yeah, and after that, there's like the journey is long actually
Mhm.
for the wedding
There's so
planning
many details
process. There's
actually.
so many things that we can talk about, but we trying now to to stick into
The most important
the most
parts.
important thing. Yeah. So
After that, I mean, obviously, there is a video call normally. The best form would be one-to-one conversation,
yeah,
but what is very important in this conversation is also um, answer all the questions they have, because many people, well, it's the first wedding, obviously, many couples are like, okay, what should we know? Is
yeah,
is this what we should do? And sometimes we're like one of the first persons who can do this consultation with the
yeah.
couples.
Most of couples they reach out first to a photographer
Yeah.
after choosing the wedding venue and setting the date. They reach out normally to the wedding photographer. So we're actually in a stage, or the couple is in a stage, in a very, very early stage. They do have a date, they have the venue, but maybe they didn't really set up a whole timeline for the wedding itself. So what we do when we do have those consultations, those get to know meetings, because
Mhm.
those meetings are also here to get to know the couple and they get to know us, but also to consult them. Because let's say it's different if there's a couple getting married here in Switzerland.
Yeah.
If it's a summer wedding or if it's a winter wedding, the time schedule might be different. So it all depends on the couple, what they have planned, what they envision for their wedding, how many guests they have. So we really ask about every detail that there is. So I asked them, where do you get married? Is it just at this place, or do you have your ceremony somewhere else, or do you do the cocktail in another
Mhm.
place? So
Especially because we want to know if there are realistic ideas or unrealistic ideas, right?
yeah,
We know, for example, that for a couple shooting on a wedding day, we need more or less 30 minutes,
yeah.
which is very important. And sometimes that come with, I don't know, 1 hour, or sometimes with 50 minutes.
Well, it also depends on the photographers, because we normally shoot weddings together or
Yeah.
as a team of two. There's a lot of photographers out there, they shooting a wedding by themselves, so just there's just one person doing the wedding. But mostly we shoot a wedding with two photographers, especially when the client requests to have a full day coverage, like from getting ready until party. So meaning, now with all those years of experience that we have as wedding photographers, we do exactly know how to handle certain situations.
Hmm.
And this is why this allows us to be like quick in certain things, because there might be wedding photographers out there, they need an hour for sure, maybe. Um, we're quicker than that,
Well,
maybe.
the
So,
difference
but it
if you
also
go,
depends on the couple.
yeah, that's the thing. I
Yeah,
mean, for example, very typically for us is that we have a second shooter. So
yeah,
it's so much easier to
yeah,
work with a second shooter, and you know, okay, I only need 20 minutes or 30 minutes
yeah,
because there is a second perspective
yeah.
and we feel safe. If you're alone as a wedding photographer, it's a bigger challenge.
Yeah, because you need to make sure to capture like every angle. Um, yeah, within those 30, 40 plus minutes that you have. And it really, again, it really depends on the couple itself. Do they feel comfortable doing
Mhm.
this? If they don't, you might see that on the pictures.
Yeah.
Then you might need more time until like the couple feels like
Mhm.
at ease, comfortable with
Yeah,
you.
and for all the couples out there, I mean, we always do the consultation in a way that we can help to um, to make the photos better. I mean, we want the best vibe, so we can capture this vibe, and then you see it in the gallery of at the end of this journey. And
Yeah,
that's why I think it's so important to understand our perspective. We see, for
yeah,
example, oh, you want to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and then being awake the whole day until evening. And then, okay, so let's see what is more important, this or that. And I think that's something that people love because they know, okay, they know they have this expertise. And
mm,
maybe we should do this shorter, or maybe we should consult, I don't know, seeing if we have like a makeup artist in the afternoon because we are the whole day doing things, and then you
yeah.
feel like, okay, I need a fresh up, like,
Yeah. Yeah, really just advise them
yeah.
how to plan your wedding day. So you just said there there when we had that brides getting up very early, so for an early styling
Yeah.
is something that we do not advise actually, unless you have your church ceremony in the morning or something, or there's like your civil ceremony where you have like a slot in the morning. But if you don't have that, what we advise couples in general is like do the ceremony as late as possible in the afternoon, so you can still enjoy the whole wedding day. No, don't worry about that. Because when you start like the ceremony at, let's say, 3 or 4 p.m., meaning you still have time in the morning to get up whenever you want. So for me, I mean, if I would get married, I wouldn't get up earlier than 9 a.m. for sure, I guess, because I'm not really an early bird.
We are not
You're
early
either
birds.
either.
Oh,
So I think both of
no,
us
we're really not.
we need our time in the morning. So meaning I would like get up like at 9 or and then having just breakfast, just like cherish the morning. Don't be stressed at all. And then your girls might be coming an hour later or two, and then you could like enjoy breakfast all together with your girl squad. And after that, the hair and makeup artist will arrive, let's say at 11 a.m. So you still have time to do your hair and makeup. Meaning that would, for me, in my experience, well, for me, myself, it would be like the perfect timeline to
Yeah.
just take your time in the morning. And after that, you still have time for the ceremony when it would start like at 3 or 4 p.m.
Hmm.
And not just you will cherish that, but also your family members, your guests traveling from wherever they travel.
This is like
Uh,
a stress-free timetable.
yeah,
You know that it feels a little bit like a spa morning.
yeah. Why not do like, yeah, you just said that right. Like doing like a little spa time
It's spa time.
with your girlfriends. Why not doing that? And the same with the groom. I mean, well, the groom he just hit the jackpot because he doesn't need to like be there for him wake up and yeah, be there for 2 hours. He's just like much quicker than that. But for a bride especially, just don't get up too early.
I mean, what I experienced the most is the groom has always so much more fun because they're normally doing very funny things with the boys, well, with always with their friends, and they don't think too much mostly.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
They're chilling, and I think that's the perfect example also for the bride.
Yeah,
It should be chilling.
it
The
should be. Yeah,
the beginning of the day should be relaxed,
yeah.
stress-free, chilled, because this is the vibe we want for the
And this is
photos.
also good advice. Let's say if you have like an anxious aunt or like
Mm,
an anxious cousin or whatever, maybe don't invite her for the getting ready or to because you don't want to feel like stressed out when you have like people around you who will really stress you.
mm,
So what I want to say with that is just focus, just have those people with you around you for the getting ready moments that you feel like okay, she can just calm me down
yeah.
in case I should feel anxious. And I feel good with those people around me. So, and if it's only with your bridesmaid, only with your sister, then do it just only with them.
Yeah. Or even because I had a wedding last year where the bride was really nervous and even her mother, everyone was so nervous.
Yeah,
So she wanted to be alone.
yeah,
Even that is possible.
yeah. So if you have really people around you that makes you feel nervous and anxious, don't do that.
Mm.
So really focus on those that can calm you down rather than
Yeah. And
make you
it's even
feel.
better if you have a wedding photographer who also has this capacity to calming down.
Yeah, this is what we do actually, because we do what most people don't know. We work a lot with our music boxes.
Mhm.
We do have those small music boxes with us everywhere on the wedding day, meaning when we enter the hotel room where the bride is getting ready, let's say, and there's no music playing, what we do have like a lot of cool playlists for the wedding day. And
Mhm.
we do play a cool, like, getting ready girls playlist. And that makes the bride, and not just the bride, like everywhere, feel like in a really,
Comfortable.
yeah,
Hmm.
comfortable and easygoing. And for us, this is like the best scenario ever, to have our bridal couple at ease and having fun, so that then we can really capture those real emotions.
Hmm. So the secret here is music.
Yeah, for getting ready.
For
So
getting ready.
let's just do a dance party in the morning. I
Yeah,
mean, why
even as
not?
exercise, why
Yeah,
not?
I
That
mean,
could
that
be
would be
so
cool.
fun.
Yeah, just
Exercise on the bed dancing.
let's do just having a blast.
Mm.
This is what we want to capture at the end of the day. And yeah, after the getting ready, there's a big question that most of our couples have. Should we do a first look
Mhm.
before the ceremony, or shouldn't we? Um, so maybe I'm gonna ask you first, Steph. Would you do that? A quick note from our sponsor: Switzerland Tourism is all about making your dream destination wedding a reality. Check out their website for real wedding stories, a handy wedding venue finder, and top notch vendors to bring your vision to life. Plus, their Instagram is packed with stunning inspiration from international weddings. You won't want to miss it. So, now let's go back to our episode. On your wedding day, if you would get married,
On my wedding?
would you do a first look?
Honestly, yeah, I would.
Yeah?
Because I'm the person, I need a moment with my man alone
Yeah, before the ceremony,
before
before
dinner.
all the craziness
My
happen.
yep, my philosophy about love is it's about us,
Yeah,
not about the
the two
others.
of you.
And this moment is to enjoy only for us.
Yeah.
So my answer is yes.
Yeah, so
And
for
you?
those who don't know what a first look is, first look is meaning that the bridal couple, they meet before the wedding ceremony. In those moments, what we do is like we choose a nice location nearby, um, near the ceremony or near the getting ready venue. And then we want the bride and the groom to meet in a certain place in a certain moment, so that can really have the first look and enjoy those minutes, just the two of them, no one else, just like an intimate moment of the two. And we do, of course, capture that, which is very, very
With
nice.
music.
With music, we do have first look music playlists as well. And yeah, this is something, in my opinion, I really cherish that, and I also feel that the couples, they feel so much comfortable after
Mm.
seeing each other. Um, so yeah, I think I would do that as well. A first look, and there's not just a first look with your husband. There's any kind of first look that you can do nowadays. Let's say there's a first look that some brides did with their dads,
Mm.
which was so cute as well, really emotional. Or maybe a first look with the bridal squad, like with the bridesmaids. That can be fun, that can be emotional.
Yeah, we already experienced all scenarios.
So we're we're all for first looks, guys. So it's so cool to have one.
Especially because you see afterwards the photos are so emotional
Yeah, they are. And
and
they're not,
they're priceless.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
So it's actually a
Yeah.
definitely yes.
But I mean, we totally get it when there's people out there and they want to do it the traditional way. So meaning just having the bride walking down the aisle and just seeing
Mm.
them for the first time on the wedding day at the aisle. That's totally fine as well. But yeah, just consider if you would like to be stress free, and to have a moment by yourself. Maybe consider to do a first look,
It's a
guys.
modern way. I
Yeah.
mean, the wedding concept is also changing with time, and the
Yeah.
first look is something new. And many young people are really in love with this idea.
Yeah. And I mean, doing a first look doesn't mean that it takes the excitement
Yeah.
during the ceremony, because we did a lot of first looks with our couples, and then the ceremony moment was still very emotional to them. So it doesn't mean that, oh, okay, because we saw each other before the ceremony, it's not really kind of special anymore
Mhm.
when I saw her on the altar. No, it's not. It's even the
May-
opposite. The groom
Maybe
is
it's
still,
also something that you said. It's something, if you're overwhelmed, you can experience emotion like in parts.
yeah,
And one part is first look, then it was us, then
yeah,
it's now for the family, then you enter the church, and then you can concentrate on the emotions of the others.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So doing a first look doesn't mean that it takes out the excitement
Mm.
for the ceremony itself. Yeah, it's for me it's so cool to have one. So if you're thinking about doing that, let's for sure do that. Meaning that if you want to plan to do a first look, if it's not just with your future husband, but also with your bride squad or with your dad, you need to have the time for that.
Yeah.
So again,
Considering the
considering the
timetable.
timeline, it's better to really set the ceremony timeline as late as possible so you have the time to do all these kind of precious moments that happen in between.
Hmm.
And then depending on what kind of ceremony you're having, if it's an outdoor ceremony or church ceremony or like civil ceremony, um yeah, for the ceremony itself, what we can advise you there, what we knew like from our experience, it takes like mostly half an hour maybe, depending on what kind of ceremony it is.
Max
um
an hour, no
yeah, I
more.
would say, yeah, let's do maximum of an hour.
If it's very traditional, it's mostly an hour.
Yeah,
If it's modern, it's between 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
yeah, yeah. If it's like if you have free ceremony, you can choose time frame yourself.
Yeah.
So but we witness that if there's like a church wedding, this takes mostly an hour or
I mean,
even longer.
the longest ceremony I experienced in my life was 3 hours.
Tell
I
us.
I was shocked. I was like, how is this possible?
That was last year, right?
Yes,
So
that's it.
that was I can tell people that was the Ibiza wedding. You told me about that.
Oh
So
man. I mean, I I'm used to being at long ceremonies, but after 2 hours,
it was like
I was like, is are you kidding me? It
but
was
it
still
was,
very cool
yeah.
because it was another culture,
Yeah.
but even the bride was a little bit stressed because of
Yeah.
that.
And I assume all guests as
Oh,
well.
the guests were shocked too.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay, so people, please don't do a 3 hour ceremony. Just stick to 1 hour maximum. That's what we would advise. And after that, go right ahead to reception, to
Mm.
cocktail. And yeah, cocktail is another topic.
Guys, please don't. No, 2 or 3 hours is sometimes just too much.
Yeah. We and I still have that actually. I
Yeah.
still have when I do have my couple meetings and I
Mm.
ask them about the timeline and they're telling me, yeah, we do have 2.5, 3 hours of cocktail. I'm telling them, please don't do that.
Mhm.
Unless you have like 1,000 guests or whatever, and you have like entertainment and whatever, you can like entertain your guests. Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But most of the time people get bored with like, yeah, with that.
I don't know why people, I mean, they don't consider that after 2 hours, people just talked so much they don't know what to talk
Talk
about
about,
anymore.
they start to talk about the weather.
And the worst thing is sometimes there's not even music for 2 hours, only
Yeah.
for half an hour. And then
Yes.
suddenly, no
There's no
music.
music playing.
And then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, for the vibe, because as a wedding photographer, obviously the beginning of the apero is amazing. Like
Yeah.
you see all the people having fun, having conversation, getting to know each other. And after 20 minutes, people are like, and now?
And I will, what do you do now? And
Mhm.
then, as you said that right actually, because I also have witnessed a lot of weddings where there was live music playing for the cocktail hour, but just for the first half hour, or maybe just for the first hour, and then they had like the next hour was no music playing at all.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, okay, why wasn't there music for those 2 hours and just for an hour? So
Mhm.
I didn't get that. And then I witnessed that 2 hours was too long for the amount of guests that they had, because it was more an intimate wedding with like, I think they had like 40 or 50 guests, and
Mm-hmm.
they planned 2 hours of cocktail,
Mm-hmm.
which was way too long. Because you need to consider, okay, first people want to congratulate you, which is fair. So depending on the amount of guests that you have, it takes time because you want to talk to them a little bit.
Between 10 and 20 minutes mostly.
Yeah, 20. Yeah,
20.
yeah, for sure. And after that, people, they serve, there's some food that people can get, and they yeah, it's just like people can be there, just enjoy like the sun
Yeah.
wherever you are, chatting with all guests. But as you mentioned, after an hour, people, they don't know what to talk about anymore.
I
Or
mean, I think sometimes, and this is something that we see as the vibe. What is the vibe?
yeah.
And it's like a wave. Sometimes something is happening and it's exciting, and then people need to time to process that. And then it's okay if a half an hour nothing really happens,
Hmm.
but they can talk and share the experience. But if it's more than 2 hours that nothing happens, this is a vibe killer.
Yeah.
And as a photographer, I know that it's so important to have to consider how to protect the vibe, you know? I had situation weddings where I saw that they didn't consider anything of them. And then I played DJ. I mean, I did everything so
Again, we have a playlist.
I
The reception playlist as well. Actually,
did.
we're not promoting
No, no,
our
we're not
playlist,
promoting. No, no, no.
but we do have, for any case, a
Yeah.
playlist.
Yeah, we really do. And we know that sometimes if people feel bored and they feel tired and suddenly they don't have any energy anymore
Yeah.
for the next step, that could be really
The mood is
frustrating.
suffering for
Hmm.
sure, and which is very sad for a wedding itself. So just keep it short,
Yeah.
keep it short, but like exciting still. And so what we would advise you, just having an hour
Yeah. And
of a
having
cocktail.
good entertainment,
Yeah.
if it's now,
Having live
yeah,
music or a playlist.
totally.
So like music sets the tone. So
Hmm.
music is crucial for every vibe. So what we would advise, especially during cocktail hour, just play some music.
Yeah.
And after that, what we do is, what we recommend a couple to do is like doing the couple shoot after the cocktail hour, because this is a timing where you as a couple, people won't miss you during that time frame, because in between cocktail and dinner, all your guests, they're when they're searching their seats during, like, they do the location change of location, and
Yeah.
they go from the cocktail reception place until to the dinner location. And this is like the perfect timing where you as a couple can just have some moments for yourself with us,
Hmm.
doing the couple shooting.
We are your shadow that
Yeah, and this
day.
is like the perfect timing for us. Like after the cocktail, do the couple shoot like for half an hour, let's say 40-45 minutes. And then we can really, with nice lighting. So we are also focused on when it's the best timing, like lighting wise, to do a couple shoot, which is like the late afternoon for
Hmm.
sure. This is also why we do recommend you to do late ceremony, and then after the ceremony, the cocktail hour, and after cocktail hour, let's do the couple shoot with us. And during couple shoot, what we try to do there is like really give you like a fun vibe, like that you can also again feel at ease with us. We do have another playlist for that.
We're prepared for any
We do have
situation.
a playlist for the couple shooting, because I don't know how you feel, but I feel so much more cool, chilly when there's music around. So, and it's the same with our couple. We want them to feel like comfortable with us,
Mhm.
and like just having a music playlist playing
Yeah.
makes it so much more like easy for all of us, because I think everybody can resonate with that, like those moments where like
Mm.
this awkward silence moments, we don't want that.
No, no, it's really awkward
we
then.
we want them really to feel like, okay, we're having like so much fun during the couple shooting.
And this
And
is something that is also very important to mention. And during the consultation, we also ask for their favorite song so we can use it for the couple shooting.
yeah,
And I also experienced that I once had a situation that the bride, she had no idea that her her husband chose the song,
yeah,
the favorite song they whatever they experienced with this song.
yeah.
And suddenly I played the song and she had to cry. She was overwhelmed. She was so happy to hear this
No
song.
way,
And
that's
the
so
photos are
cute.
so amazing
Yeah,
because of that.
yeah. That's again, music sets the tone, and we do work a lot with music throughout the day, as you can see. And yeah, so couple shooting again, so important that your couple feels comfortable with you, and with us, music is like the key for that to make them feel comfortable with us. And yeah, and after, I think also the couple after the ceremony and the reception, they feel so much more
Relaxed.
relaxed because like the stressful part is they had it's
It's
behind them.
over.
Yeah, so because the most where we witness where couples feel mostly very anxious is during the getting ready,
Mm.
because yeah, they're nervous about guests that are coming, the
If
ceremony
everything works
part,
out.
everything works out well, is the weather good. So these are all those kind of things that normally a couple is worrying about.
Mm.
But after reception, like after a cocktail, they really are very chilly, which is again the best thing for us to do the couple shooting, because they're so relaxed after that. And this also gives them a moment to be by themselves again during the couple shooting, because they're even thankful for that,
Mm.
because mostly they feel overwhelmed by all those people.
Mhm. And the couple shooting sometimes feel also like a break for them
Yeah,
sometimes. Uh,
exactly.
what I think it's so amazing to see how they are recovering a little bit and just hugging themselves and being like, okay,
We got
we
this.
got this. And for the photos, this is so mesmerizing. I mean, it's
Yeah,
what we
it's cool.
want actually for
Yeah,
the couple
for
shooting.
sure.
And I also think that mostly people they don't have really experience of shooting. It's the first time and they feel a little bit awkward at the beginning.
Mm.
So in the late afternoon, they already have the experience a little bit
Yeah, because they saw us
all the time,
all the
and
day.
they feel like it's normal that we are like stalkers behind
Yeah.
them,
Yeah,
or
because at the
paparazzis.
beginning, it really, I think it feels awkward
Yeah.
having not just one but two photographers just being there,
Mhm.
capturing whatever you're doing. But with time,
Feels normal.
they
Mhm.
feel familiar with us being always next to them, close to them. So yeah. So again, couple shooting, we always do that after cocktail, and after that, there's like the big party
Mm.
starting. Let's say with the whole evening schedule. Normally, people they start with dinner for sure.
Yeah. And during
So
the dinner, we don't really do
we
photos, not
yeah,
so much actually.
yeah,
More
because
from the big picture,
yeah,
everything looks, but if people are eating, I mean,
we're having a break ourselves
mm,
as well during this time, which is perfect because we don't want to bother neither the couple but also the guests with taking pictures of them while they're eating. So
mm,
we do take pictures about of people cheering, and of the food and all the vibe that's there. But when they have a break, we do have a break as well
mhm,
normally. And when they're mostly on the time schedule, they have like program in between courses, like let's say they have speeches or a party game or whatever there is. This is of course something that we capture, but like when they eat, we're
mm.
having a break ourselves as well,
That's
which
why the timeline is so important for us
yeah,
because then we know what will happen in the evening
yeah,
and we are prepared,
yeah, because we don't want to miss a speech or whatever. That would be like the worst thing for us, right?
especially if we also do video.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There's a big difference if you're a photographer, videographer, like especially for the videographer. I always
I
feel
mean,
bad for them
yeah,
because
I mean, last year we had this wedding with 11 speeches.
Yeah.
And it is a
It was 13
oh, 13
speeches
speeches.
or 14. I'm not
14.
sure,
Okay.
but that
I
was
mean,
a
that
lot of
was a big
speeches.
challenge for our
Yeah.
videographers.
They barely had any resting time because they
Mhm.
always had to be there present and
And that's
capturing
why
all
the
those
timeline was
speeches.
so important for them.
Yes, yes. So again, guys, if you know about the timeline, tell us
Yeah.
because we want to go through this timeline with you guys so that we can maybe even give you advice on what would be good, what's not so good about that. At the end of the day, of course, you're choosing whatever timeline fits for you or you feel comfortable with, but there's again the word trust. Trust us when we're saying, okay, you don't need to have like 3 hours of cocktail with this amount of guests that you're having. Just have like reduce it to 2 hours, meaning you can start the civil ceremony or like ceremony later, an hour later. So you then have more time for the getting ready, for all those preparations. You don't have to be stressed out about that. So we really want to give you advice based on our experience that we had with 200 plus weddings, really. So, we really want to help you with that, just to make sure that you have a smooth,
Transition from one moment
yeah,
to the other,
uh,
and also to have time to process.
yeah,
And because everything is so emotional, and if you feel overwhelmed, you can't really enjoy anymore the moment. So that's very important that you consider breaks
yeah,
so you can really realize what happened.
for sure. And there's a saying, I think everybody heard that less is more. And
Mm,
sometimes this is something that I would consider on my wedding day, let's say for the evening,
mhm.
because we witnessed so many weddings. And there were there was a big program and there was barely any program on other weddings. So what we would consult you there is, I mean, I do understand when you get ready, your siblings are excited, your parents are excited, your friends are very excited that you're getting ready, married. So everybody might to contribute um, into your
Something.
wedding and
Mm,
do a speech or like a game or whatever. But again, at the end of the day, it's your wedding. So
yeah.
if you feel like there's too much going on for the evening or there's too much like surprises that your friends want to do with you, so it's okay to say no.
Mhm.
It's okay
Mm.
to tell them, okay,
Yeah, you
um,
shouldn't feel uncomfortable on your own
yeah,
wedding.
you shouldn't feel comfortable on that. So if you feel like, oh my God, I know that my dad is gonna have a 20-minute speech, I don't want that. Tell him, tell dad, no, I don't want to have like 20-minute like slideshow, photo slideshow presentation or whatever. Some parents might plan for you wedding day, but if you feel like, oh my God, no, this is not something that we want, maybe we can do that in another occasion.
Mm,
Maybe we can do like a family gathering before the wedding day and do
yeah,
it like with the family there. But if you feel like it doesn't really,
yeah. Plan it smart,
yeah,
Smart means that you know that it can be so overwhelming or so uncomfortable, whatever, that maybe it's better to be just family members of five a day before, and then
yeah.
you experience it. It was cute and maybe a little bit embarrassed, but the next day, okay, it's done, and it
Yeah.
would be a comfortable evening for everyone. We
Yeah.
all know that sometimes family can be difficult, but that's the point where we really, really experience that it's so much better. Let us know if you feel that could be uncomfortable for you. Just say no.
Yeah, for sure. So it's okay to say no again if you feel like, oh my God, this is not really what I envisioned, this is not really who I am, this is not really what I want for the vibe.
Yeah,
And you don't have to do that. I mean, appreciate, yeah, for sure you can appreciate what people want to do for you, but you don't have to accept
yeah,
everything.
and also for the family. I mean, for example, the most amazing things I experienced in the evenings was, for example, a father who did a video like just for 3 minutes or 2 minutes,
Yeah.
how he was walking around in the city searching the perfect wedding gift for for his daughter,
Yeah.
and it was so funny. Everybody was laughing so hard because it
Yeah.
was so cute how they filmed him, how he was totally lost in the city trying to find the perfect wedding
It
gift for the
sounds so
other. So
cute.
sometimes it can be so unique and
Yeah.
funny and not too long. 3 minutes was more than enough.
Hmm.
And it was so funny that people were talking the whole evening about that,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
cool. Yeah, if it's really something special, something that's very authentic and
Mm-hmm.
fun, why not do that? But I also witness, I mean, every couple is different. Again,
Yeah.
like there's no right and wrong,
No.
but I did witness that I was in a wedding once where I think the groom's sister, she managed like the whole program that was during the evening and she planned some party games, but these party games were just like kind of like regular games. They were not just really games where it was about the couple.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that because I was kind of like, okay, this is a celebration of two people. If you do a game, if you're planning to do something, do include the couple
Yeah.
into that. Because if you don't do that, I don't see the point about like doing like certain game which is like, I mean, it's a wedding at the end of the day, so like for me wedding it's like it's the perfect time where you can like really be personal, be like you can like, for me speeches are like the number one thing that you could do,
Mm.
because when's the best timing to do a speech like to your sister or yeah to your brother-in-law, that you can really um yeah, just have like a real nice touching moment.
Yeah, and if a speech is too difficult for, I mean, if you're an introvert, it could be
Yeah.
very difficult. Just do a beautiful presentation of something.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, just include a couple into that,
Mm.
because if you do like some slideshows that doesn't have anything to do with a couple, or like games that doesn't have anything to do with a couple, in my opinion, this is something that's not really personal.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if we see this vibe, people feel uncomfortable. We feel also very awkward in a moment.
yeah, because yeah, again, you really want to set the vibe, like have a good, like, yeah, a cool mood. That's not just for you, but like for everybody, also for
Yeah.
your guests. Think about your guests as well.
Yeah, I mean, for example, if I would plan my wedding, and I know that we have also a very funny family sometimes, I would love that, for example, you have like an idea what will happen in the evening because you know me
Yeah.
and you know what is very uncomfortable for me,
Yeah.
and then you could say no for me.
This is also very important. So if there's like somebody who wants to be in charge of like the whole evening program, make sure that it's somebody that really knows you, that
Yeah.
knows your boundaries, and know that, okay, with Stephanie, I never could do certain things. She
Yeah.
wouldn't appreciate that. She would feel awkward and uncomfortable like doing that. Let's say if I would get married, I wouldn't want to have like a slideshow where you can see like my baby pictures and everybody can see me like me toothless with
Yeah.
3 years old or whatever. So this is something that I wouldn't feel like very comfortable with that.
Hmm.
But I mean, you know that. So
Yeah.
you know that you would never let that happen.
No,
So
I would
this is
I would talk to our parents like for
yeah.
hours saying no, no,
Yeah,
no.
so this is so also very important. Like, make sure that if there's somebody who wants to plan like the whole evening, make sure that it's somebody that really knows you and knows your boundaries.
And again, it's about trust.
Yeah, that
That's
you
the
can trust.
whole point of a wedding. You should have people around you you can really completely trust.
Yeah,
And it's not only us as wedding photographers. That's also what we give these advices. It's about having the right people around you.
yeah, yeah, and not just like vendor wise, but also like family wise. When you know, okay, I know exactly that I can. My sister knows me 100%, and she knows what I want, so trust her with that.
Mhm.
And just enjoy the evening.
Yeah, and we also appreciate that because during a wedding, if we don't have to bother the couple, it's so much
Mm.
better for us to have someone who really knows the couple
Mm.
and who can guide us during the day. If we
Yeah,
need something, we are like, oh, I don't know, Sabrina, whatever, can you help me with this and this and this?
yeah,
Do you think the couple would like it to have a sunset shooting now?
yeah,
And then this person asked them first and they don't feel stressed.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is also something that we do a lot, like
Hmm.
not bothering the couple too much,
Mm.
especially during dinner, but like really have like a feeling, a sense of what would be right or what
Yeah.
feels right in that moment. And they do appreciate that
Yeah.
when we reach out to them and tell them, oh gosh, during those course, like in between those two courses, should we like go outdoors and do like the last 5 minutes of sunset shoot?
Mm.
They really do appreciate that, so that we can just like, yeah, we have like a sense of feeling of what feels right in this moment. And we cannot just, if we don't ask the couple itself, as you said, we can ask like the maid of honor or
Hmm.
whoever is in charge.
Especially the maid of honor, which has a huge work to do on that day, is mostly the person who's responsible for a lot of things. And what I do before a wedding, having her number, for example, and
Yeah.
writing on WhatsApp, oh, just that you know, I'm the wedding photographer. If I need something, I just write you on WhatsApp so I don't have to bother the couple.
Yeah.
And this works so well.
Yeah, but again, you just said that the maid of honor, mostly she's in charge of a lot of things
Yeah.
for the wedding. Do you think that this is the right thing to do? Because sometimes I feel very sorry about them because I want them to enjoy the day
Mm,
as
as
well.
well.
So, and if they have like too many tasks that they're in charge of, I feel like they're not really enjoying it as much as they should.
They look mostly stressed.
They do a lot, a lot of maid of honors. They do look stress,
Yeah,
and
because it's also the first time they do that, mostly the first time.
yeah,
And they obviously want the best for the couple. What if, what if, what if? Maybe they had a sleepless night before the wedding.
there were
So it's
some.
really not an easy task, which I think it's also a very important topic to talk about it.
Yeah. So again, I mean, we had that episode before, but why not hiring a wedding planner or coordinator?
Mm.
At least coordinator on the wedding day that is in charge of whatever
And it's not
there is.
emotional. I mean, this person is very logic thinking. And if this person sees a problem, this person will do the best he can to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Maid of honor are mostly very nervous.
Sometimes, yeah, anxious or they don't know every single vendor. So it happened that when we asked the maid of honor about the lighting for the first dance, that she even didn't knew who's the DJ or who's in charge of the light.
Yeah.
And if you would have a wedding coordinator or planner, he knows every single vendor out there and he can really help you with whatever there is.
Hmm.
So, and then your maid of honor or your bridesmaid or whoever would normally be in charge of that can can relax and can enjoy the day with you as
Yeah.
well.
Well, this would be the best case. But if you still choose to ask this person,
Yeah.
I would, this is my advice, to include this person in the process how to organize your wedding. So this person has really an idea of the big picture and feels more comfortable than not knowing things. It's not only about just being there on a wedding day and just screaming around for the group photos for family. No, it's about really being there, able to give information to the providers or to us.
Yeah.
So it's so important to be very honest and transparent to this person and ask them, can you do that?
Yeah. That's totally true. So really ask them first, do you really want to do that? Do you feel like capable of doing that? Meaning it could be that on the wedding day itself you need to do certain things. So yeah, also just as a maid of honor or maid of honors out there or like bridesmaids or sisters, if you feel like you don't really want to have like this burden on the wedding day, you can also say no to that. So yeah, it's not just the bride like knowing her boundaries. You as a maid of honor, you can also tell them, okay, I would love to help you with whatever it
Hmm.
requires, but on the wedding day itself, I'm not sure if I'm the right person for that. So you
Hmm.
can really be honest and speak out in this regard.
Especially in these days where the wedding concept is changing, I think it's so important not to romanticize this role because in the movies, wedding movies, it looks also so excited and maybe you see two friends and they were small kids and suddenly they were like really having a wedding and they're so excited to choose the best friend. But what if you're not able to do it because you're not that kind of person?
Yeah, not everyone has like a very outgoing personality, and in my opinion, you need to be outgoing. You need to be like extroverted to
Yeah.
take this role.
Yeah. And
Um,
having really fun doing it.
yeah, and being comfortable in
Actually,
this role.
it's an entertainment role. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like being a actress and
yeah,
ready for the show. The show must go on like
yeah. I mean,
this.
I was that on my best friend's wedding.
Mhm.
3 years ago. Oh my god, that was 3 years now. I was the MC, so meaning I was the one like who was really like guiding all the guys, the guests, let's say to the dinner reception. I was really, but I was in my role. I felt like so comfortable with that. I had no problem like taking the mic and
Yeah.
telling people,
Fun
hey.
fact, I was the wedding photographer.
Yeah. That was so fun because on my best friend's wedding, was the bride, one of the bridesmaids, and my sisters were the wedding photographers.
Both of them.
Like Steph, you and Emily. That was so
Mm.
much fun. Well, it was a little bit awkward because me being like on the other side
Mhm.
and you still being the
And I
vendors.
was like, okay, let's take photos of my sister Melanie. And I know that you hate that. So
I also, fun fact, hate being photographed. I feel so much comfortable behind the camera than
yeah.
like in front of it.
Oh my God, you did such a big effort on this
I
day.
feel always so awkward like being photographed, even if it's my sisters doing it.
Mhm. That
But
was a
yeah,
challenge.
yeah, but that was so much fun. And again, on this wedding, because of my years of experience in the wedding industry, because I know how to handle certain situations, and because of my personality, I felt okay with this role. But not everybody does that. So if you feel like, oh my God, my sister, she's not, I don't see her as like the MC or like the entertainer on the wedding, on my wedding. So then don't ask her. Why would you ask somebody who you know that she's not really
Yeah.
into those kind of things, or it's not her
Don't
style?
force, don't
Don't
force
force people to do that.
somebody being something that they're not.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you feel like, I mean, and it's okay. I mean, if you have like no siblings, or if you have a best friend but she's like she rather also like wants to be in the background, then why not hiring a DJ, which is like at the same time an entertainer? So
Mhm.
why not doing that? So there's so many options that you can consider. If you're not having a coordinator or planner, then you can maybe hire or ask like the venue if there's like somebody who can coordinate certain things. But in my opinion, having a coordinator or wedding planner is like the best thing.
Mhm.
If you're not familiar with the whole wedding
Yeah.
thing,
Mhm.
and for entertainment, if you feel like, okay, I don't have like a best friend who's willing to do that, then let's hire a DJ or like a music band who does entertainment as well. So you don't need to have
Yeah.
your family members doing that.
People love that. Having musicians on a wedding
Oh yeah.
who can really entertain is just the highlight of the evening.
Oh yeah. So again, music.
Yeah.
Music
Music is
sets the
everything.
tone.
So, yeah, we have now the dinner moment. And after that,
After dinner, mostly there's a first dance where the bridal couple is opening the dance floor for the guests.
mhm,
So,
we also have some points here.
yeah, for the first dance, oh, this is also something that we as wedding photographers always need to check about lighting.
Yeah.
So, we witnessed that there are a lot of weddings where the DJ is having his whole equipment with all those lightings around, and there's like blue lights and pink lightings and greens and whatever lighting they have. The DJ, he's full on. And what
Mhm.
we do there is we always ask first the DJ, okay, at least for the wedding dance, at least for the first dance, can you please just like focus on having like those nice tones, like those nice
It's well, mostly it's white.
white, or maybe a little bit of a yellowish kind of sunset
Mhm.
kind of lighting.
Mhm.
This is what we want for the first dance because we want to avoid having our bridal couple in every color. Because this is so hard, guys, to edit those pictures if you have like
Yeah.
tons of lighting on their faces.
This is fun for the party afterwards, but
Yeah,
not for the wedding dance.
yeah, for the wedding dance, just really focus on having like clear, nice, natural lighting. And for the party, let's go full on. Let's do DJ lighting. Let's do whatever light you want to do. We don't really care because
Yeah.
what we do care about in this part is like really capture those people having fun, like
Yeah,
those
totally.
dancing, party emotions. But yeah, for the first dance, we do focus.
And another part, very important, is if the couple has his first dance, I mean, the guest should be part of this picture.
Oh yeah. This is a good thing that you're just telling because I don't know when you I mean for me especially when having a first dance is the highlight of the
It
evening.
is.
So if there's a highlight, please as guests out there, as somebody who's joining a wedding,
Mm.
cheer them, go to the dance floor and just cheer the couple because it's
Be
so
around them.
yeah, just like gather together and celebrate them because we witnessed also, we had weddings where the guests were still sitting on the table watching from far where the couple was having their first dance. And I was just asking myself, why would you do that? Why would you like, I mean, it's a wedding. Again,
Mm.
you should celebrate those two people out there. So stand up, just gather together, celebrate them, cheer them while they're having their first
Yeah,
dance.
and to all guests out there, if you're invited to a wedding, I mean, honestly, you are creating this vibe for the couple. It's like a gift. You're giving this special moment to the couple, and they feel important in that
The best
moment.
thing that you could do as a guest, just really cheering them,
Mm.
like really, really celebrate them. This
Mm.
is what the couple wants at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Having fun as a wedding guest and being there, being present, celebrating them, and just having fun. This is what the couple wants at the end of the day
Yeah.
because they feel anxious because of that. They feel anxious that the guests cannot really enjoy the wedding day for whatever reason. They want a dancing party. They want you to have like the best time with them.
Yeah.
So I think this is the best gift you can give them,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
So this is a good combination.
Right? Yeah, and then after the wedding dance, there's another highlight in our opinion, which is the wedding cake.
Mm.
So again, here's the same thing with the wedding dance. As a guest, as a wedding guest, be present, be with the couple, cheer them, because this is a highlight. This is something fun. This is something that you should celebrate. Of course, the couple should celebrate it, but also you as a guest, you
Yeah.
should really be there and cheer them.
Mm.
So again, we here was the same thing actually. We witnessed weddings, tons of weddings where the couple was doing the cake cutting and the guests they were still they were still on their table like seating and looking from far,
Yeah.
like watching from far, and I don't get that. So really make just be there. Don't make the mistake of like just thinking, oh, okay, well, it's just a wedding cake. It is not. For the couple, it's not.
It's the same highlight like the wedding dance.
Mhm.
I mean, the couple want to share this moment with
Yeah.
the guests. So as a guest, you should realize that.
Yeah, for sure.
And the wedding, I mean, the wedding cake is such a beautiful moment for us as wedding photographers.
Yeah.
When we see how they are cutting the cake and the people are cheering, and then you have this photo after 20, 30 years,
Yeah.
and you're like, wow, that was such an amazing moment.
Yeah.
And I think this is like a little bit, I consider that as something timeless, the
Yeah.
timeless moments during a wedding.
It is. And it's a highlight moment in the evening. And I mean, okay, it also depends on how you do present those highlights. I mean, if you have an MC, if you have like a DJ who's doing like also like the whole evening announcements, he can announce that. But if you as a couple think that, okay, there's no announcement needed, so maybe there might be guests not even realizing that something is happening. So it also it's a combination of both. Like, of course, your guests, they should be present and they should be like there. They should celebrate and cheer you, but you should also as a couple, like have somebody who's like taking care of those moments
Mhm.
and who should like really announce those moments. Like don't do that like just by the way. Just really do it right. Because this is
Be
again a
conscious
highlight.
about this moment
Yeah.
also. I mean, for example, if people are very excited about, I mean, the dessert in general, and I want to enjoy that moment, it's so beautiful to have this excitement also shared with other guests.
Yeah.
And it's protecting the vibe again.
Yeah. And
Protect the vibe.
regarding the vibe, another very important thing for the evening is don't wait too long until you start partying.
Yeah.
Don't wait until midnight or I don't know, later on to start with party because there it might be too late then
Mhm.
and your guest might be too tired, too comfortable sitting there just eating there. You don't want that. You want to have a dance party. You really want to have like a cool mood, meaning if you have like after you 3 course dinner, just go and dance. Just go and celebrate.
And
And
the best combination maybe is having the wedding cake and suddenly the DJ is playing a little bit of music,
yeah.
but not that loud. And suddenly it gets louder and louder and louder and louder. And then it comes one special song,
And
and
then
people are like, oh my
and
God.
then you invite them
Yeah.
to really
So it's
do
a
dance.
transition
Yeah.
moment.
Again, having a good DJ, like good entertainment is
It's
key.
priceless.
Yeah,
Hmm.
to have a good mood. Because again, you really want people to be there and dance all night long rather than just sitting there and waiting when all is over.
Yeah.
You want to celebrate.
Hmm.
You, your guests, everybody wants to celebrate. So don't wait too long. Maybe this is one more tip that we can give you,
Yeah.
more advice. Don't wait too long with the party.
Hmm.
We witnessed even weddings where even it started with dancing, with party.
Oh my God, I love these
This
weddings.
is so
That was
cool.
so amazing. One wedding, I remember,
Yeah.
we were even standing on the tables as wedding photographers taking photos because the whole, I mean, really the whole community came together
Yeah.
and took the groom and just
L-
throw it on the
lift
air and
lift him
let it
up
out.
and
And
say
we were like, oh my God, we have to take this photo.
yeah.
And we just stand on the table.
That was so cool. I mean, why not? Starting the evening with like just dancing.
Mm,
Dancing party. Why there's no right and wrong
no.
in terms of wedding planning. You can do whatever you want, what you feel like is right, what you feel like is you. And if you want to start the evening with dancing,
Hmm.
do that. Who says that you can dance after dinner?
Yeah.
So there's no rules.
No.
So
No, it's just about creating your own vibe.
yeah.
I mean, there is like music also represents you as a couple. And maybe you want some classic music at the beginning.
Yeah.
Nothing really like excited, something very calm and
Yeah.
chill. And suddenly at the end of the day, you have like a cool DJ for 2 hours, and then it's like 11 or 12, and then the end.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a family who's not really able to dance the whole night, and that's also
It's
okay.
okay
You
if
don't
you're
have to
not.
force
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, just know yourself, know your family, know your friends and family members, and based on that, do whatever you feel is right for you and for you and for your friends and family. But firsthand, do whatever feels right for you.
Yeah.
Because again, if I would be a wedding guest, I would just whether just the music is my vibe or not, I would still be there and celebrate for them.
Yeah, because I want to see the couple happy. That's
Yeah.
why I am the
And
guest.
again, this is like for me in my opinion, the best gift that I can give them.
Yeah.
Like cheering them. And I
Hmm.
think that's maybe a nice end for this today's episode
Hmm.
in regards of how to plan your wedding, how to find the right wedding photographer, and we hope that we today we could give you valuable information. And yeah, if you need more information, just have a look at our wedding guide, which is online. Just grab it. And there's so many themes that you can just have a look at in terms of wedding planning. And yeah, we wish you a lot of fun with that. And thank you again for listening today. So
Thank you
bye,
so
guys. See you on the
much.
next episode.
See ya.